Yeah, been playing all right. Been playing all
What time did you start?
Yeah, it was a problem. I had to wait for the frost to disappear.
Was it
So
foggy here?
started on, no, it was lovely and clear, but I started on temporaries because I was running out of time. There's only so long I could keep you lot waiting.
Nearly the same lineup apart from Jamie Peacock here.
Yeah.
Raise to 60
So
total.
he's the unknown quantity in our eyes. Perhaps the rugby lads know a little about him.
Pass.
Cool.
Call.
And with Austin Healy sort of down for the count,
Your brother still
this could be a very sort of measured game.
They're doing all right.
A couple guys here look
Had a close loss against Wigan and then they beat Hull.
like they mean to wait for cards and play them hard.
Well, Brad Drew was very impressive last year. No reason to think anything different. Matt Dawson's hit a monster.
Yeah, but he's outkicked.
Check.
He is a favourite though. Look at that.
80.
Yep.
You must look at it and think it's a monster.
A lot of people would check raise with Dawson's hand here. Top pair and the flush draw.
Jamie Peacock with 6 years experience, played at the Gala in Leeds in the British Poker Tour. $2,000 online. The most he's won. No slouch.
Peacock will know that Dawson has something to be calling, and that's a danger card for Peacock. The nuts.
I'm sure he'll
for
put the
Matt.
brakes on. I'm sure he'll put the brakes on. With 6 years experience and a quick call from Matt Dawson, he's got to be a check.
If you were Dawson here with,
Check.
well, Dawson has to check, obviously. He
100.
100.
wants to let Peacock hang himself.
A little tickler. Got to know where he stands now. Will Matt Dawson slow play it? It's a tough one, isn't it? Trying to work out how to get more money out of your opponent.
Yeah, it just depends
Small
where
raise?
you put him. I feel like he might want to call and then bet the river. It depends if he wants to be greedy.
Raise.
Raise.
200.
It's hard to know how greedy to be, isn't it?
It is, and you've got to temper the acting as well. It's the
200
acting
more.
part that can really do the damage sometimes.
Is it September the final?
Have you hit the flush?
It's wide whether you hit the flush.
And it's not looked at your cards, have you?
Cup's been on, it's on this year.
Oh, so that's why he's not back to
It's either
He's giving Peacock
really
a chance to
early
get away from it. I
or
mean, with this
late.
200 raise, Dawson is really saying to Peacock, do you want to put all your money in?
No.
Who's up for it?
The river's coming.
Who's favourite for
End
it?
of September then?
Yeah.
Wait, I'd say.
Leeds.
Oh, if Peacock had something
Anyone
like an ace with the
challenging that?
King of Hearts, I mean, he
Usual-
could be
usual
forgiven
three.
for just re-raising all in.
Different comp this
He doesn't have a heart.
year. Salary cap
Pass.
sort of brought everybody onto a more level playing ground. But
Very good fold by Jamie, wasn't it?
Leeds are started team.
Are Wigan anywhere near it?
they'll be there or thereabouts normally. I mean,
Matt may have over-grabbed, but either way,
I did it.
He's got a
an
few
expert analysis.
bills to play with.
They were, the usual four were in my selection.
The winning formula for this is bluffing. Having watched it for 2 years on the bounce now, the winner has bluffed his way through. Of course, you've got to have some cards, but you've got to be prepared to put it on the line.
Going all the way to Las
Several
Vegas.
of these
Lads
lads are still active in rugby, aren't they?
He has to do.
Well, they look like they are. Yes, I walked past Robbie Paul earlier.
First few games.
Said, God, you'd let yourself go. His muscles in his arm were bigger than my leg. He said he apologised. He had a bit of a bad back or something, a disc, and he hadn't been training for a
In
while.
his contract, yeah.
All right, there's some player power there.
Feel like a
His
brick
agent.
something or other.
Who's his agent?
But I suppose it's because he doesn't play in the 2020s.
40.
Raise 40 more.
Is he
Still
still
going
doing
quite nicely
international
for Brad
tests?
Drew, isn't it, really?
know he's not doing
Not
one
saying
goal.
he's won the pot, but
It's not a bad gig.
roles be reversed with the ace now.
I didn't know he was a
He's got the
massive
perfect image right now for this table. He looks like a man who's at it, but
He's got
Gam-
I think we might
gambling
remember from
and
last
booze,
time that he's a
Shane
pretty
Warne.
steady
It's
player.
the definition
But these
in
guys are going to start
addiction,
getting
surely.
suspicious. Hello, darling. Top set. Should he
Check.
give Dawson one card to get there?
40.
40.
Betting out his trips, hoping possibly that Dawson has a flush draw or straight to draw. Well, Matt
Raise.
Dawson doesn't
Raise.
believe.
To
Or at least he's going to
150.
find out where he
250.
lies anyway.
He plays every hand though, doesn't he?
Wow.
This is going to be trouble for Matt because
Wow.
Drew's going to dwell up here and then just call, isn't he?
Call.
Of course he is. He's in position. And Ken Dawson, is the alarm going off here?
Yes, it probably is. Although, yeah, he may think he's on on a flush draw, although I think probably he has closed up shop mentally already. Can't see a card other than a 4 coming down that he'd be happy with.
Check.
Can he check behind again? Yes.
Drew's played this really well from Dawson's point of view right now. He's got to put Drew on a flush draw or overcards. And
Check.
Yeah, you dream them.
Looks like he's not going to get too much more money out of him. Perhaps 100 is about the best he could squeeze out of him.
I think he can get what he wants.
Do you
200.
think?
Sure.
Have you got class?
It could look like a busted flush draw trying to bluff it. Oh my gosh.
Joe lining up there as well. Yeah.
Well, I'm silly. It's a nice little laydown by Matt. You think he went a little too deep there, huh?
I just
Not
think
enough.
he mentally put up
He mentally
put up the balls in his shop there.
No, I'm sorry.
Look, it's just spilling over.
You can't even sit on one pile now. Slipping off, it's gravity taking its course.
Oh, my stuff's melting. His shirt. It's all over the black.
It's going all
felt.
over the black.
10 and 20.
He did it to me out there in the other game.
Did he? Not when it counts.
Cool.
Call.
Raise.
Raise
80 total.
to 80 total. Pass.
Is Robbie going to get interested?
Pass.
It's the
Pass.
first hand Robbie's played, but Matt
Oh.
seems to know the value of the ace-10. An early limper can be scary, can he?
Certainly can, but then just calling. Well, he's got a bit of an interest now in the hand, and Matt Dawson's probably going to fire out a
Check.
bet here.
I feel like Paul should win this pot.
He's had a look at his stack. Usually a little flick of eyes to the stack usually is an intention of a bet. If you read the book of Mike Carrow,
120.
a book on
120.
tells of the game, a player that flicks his eyes very quickly to his chip stack or to his opponents is intending to bet or thinks he's got a good hand. This is an interesting situation, isn't it, here?
Well, obviously Paul's not folding.
Cool.
But, I mean, we know that the raise would have been good because Dawson's got nothing. But from Paul's point of view, he's not really sure where Dawson's at, is he?
No, and the problem for this is
One move.
One move after that.
One move left.
if he misses, Matt Dawson fires another barrel, it gets more and more expensive. You don't have many chips to start with. And that has missed.
Check.
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 Didn't
Well, that's
fire.
good. Paul could bluff the river here if he misses, right? Anything but an ace, and he can bet.
Will he bluff or will he show down his ace?
That's a good point.
Is he hoping his ace is good? Is it then worth a value bet? Ugh, it's just
200.
nice bet.
200.
Nice
Yeah,
bet.
it is. And it's really a bet that Dawson cannot call. I mean, he doesn't have any information really on
Save it, mate.
on what Paul would be limping with. There's all kinds of hands, including pairs and something maybe with a king and nothing he could beat. He would have had to put him on exactly ace-7 or ace-8. He's won that pot, but wouldn't you have liked to see a raise on the flop from him or?
That's about beating the opposition, isn't it? As a professional sportsman, you've always want to be a constant competitor, attacking, and trying to get the upper hand, so you can walk away with the biggest smile on your face at the end of the day. And that's what I want. I want the biggest smile.
Be able to see me soon.
Pass.
60.
Raise to 60 total.
I like this kind of raise for Tom Boyce.
Fine,
He
it's
hasn't gotten involved yet, and just kind of making himself heard here.
Pass.
Uh-oh.
Call.
Call.
It's the wrong man to go up against, isn't
I'm
it?
guessing, Steve, the reason Drew just called is because it is the first time Boyce has entered a pot.
Oh, yeah. Let's see this first.
Yes, and ace queen obviously dominated by ace king, and not much of a favourite over any pair. And there's that ace.